We often talk about UX research and how important this aspect is if you want to put users at the center of the design process. It helps companies understand their users and produce design solutions to meet their needs. That's all about. But in reality, only a few companies invest in UX research because they seem to believe that they can produce usable interfaces for their users without conducting research. So they don't quite believe in it. As David Travis and Philip Hodgson say in their book Think Like a Researcher, which I strongly recommend, they say that most companies would claim to design products that are easy to use, but in reality, when you ask these customers to use these products, they find them very far from simple. Usually in enterprises, there is a UI designer who deals with the visual part of an interface, and he works closely with product owners who gather feedback from customers, and they all strive to accomplish these requests by introducing new features. So this form of UX is called credulity, and it is manifested by asking users what they want and believing the answer. So the key here is not what people say, but what they do. So the main important useful research method is not to ask but to observe. Even the greatest detective, Sherlock Holmes, said that the most relevant details are found in trifles. He said that opinions are not concrete facts and speculations are not evidence. His main research method was careful observations. So we have to focus on the problem and not on the solutions. We have to ask as many questions as possible, starting with people in our team. Don't worry about the relevance of information obtained. Be there, observe, take notes, all while having a blank mind. That's why the most useful research method, I think in my opinion, is field visits, where you get to work closely with users and you get to observe them and face the ugly reality that you wouldn't even expect it. So, moving on, Wiktor Żołnowski wrote a useful article on LinkedIn, and he said that if you don't want to spend money on UX research, it means that you have too much money. So this is a luxury only big businesses can afford. So we have to promote as much as we can user research in our companies. We have to talk with managers because many of them don't know what UX research entails, and just tell them how it can save large costs producing bad iterations for users that don't quite fix their needs. And we have to involve all members in the research process, because all of them must understand the root cause of the problem, technical constraints, solutions, alternatives, how we can all collaborate to solve users' needs. So that's the trick. There is no rocket science. And moving on, I want to emphasize an important aspect, because user research is not easy. It's not like a walk in the park. For example, if you're working in a company operating within a technical field like networking, 5G, traffic profiles, and you are dealing with cybersecurity, cloud computing, medicine, and so on, and you are working closely with engineers, well, this can pose significant challenges, because you cannot do UX research without studying and understanding that field of activity. On the other hand, if you're working in a commercial company and you're working, let's say, on the product page on an e-commerce store, well, many people think UX research here is pointless, because a product page will look like a product page with the title, with the price, quantity, high quality images, useful informations with a lot of accordion components, a lot of reviews, and so on. But let me give you an example. A few years back, I worked in a dermatocosmetic company that helps women with sensitive skin, and I have to work with a SEO consultant, and a simple report from Google. Within the 6 months, we found that women were looking for products that contain natural ingredients, and they were also looked for products based on their skin type, based on their affection, based on their favorite brand. So we had to produce a design solution, a filtering solution to meet these needs. So it's quite a thing that does. Okay, so let's summarize. If all the money from your company comes from your users, why not give them a good experience? If you want to save large costs, believe me, because there is also an old saying, if you think good design is expensive, well, you should look at the cost of bad design. If you want to save large costs, talk with your managers and call a UX researcher, because everyone will be surprised of how powerful UX research can be if you introduce it in the early stages of product development. Okay, so these are my thoughts for today, guys. I hope you promote UX research in your companies as much as you can. Please read Think Like a Researcher book by David Travis. You will find a lot of useful information and you will gain a lot of knowledge. These are my thoughts, so please subscribe to my channel. Give it a like if you found this video useful. If you have any thoughts or any comments, please shoot a comment below. Please give it a like. Take care, and until next time, see you. Bye bye. Cheers.